Karoline Leavitt had spent years as a journalist chasing justice, but this time, the story would test her like never before. One night, working late in her office, her phone rang. The caller, a man with a muffled voice, delivered a chilling message. "Karoline, stay away from this. Anything you write about the governor will be the end of you. If you don't back off, you're going to regret it." Karoline remained calm and quietly recorded the call. Instead of intimidating her, the threat only fueled her determination. She began investigating allegations that the governor had embezzled millions from state funds. But every step of the way, she hit walls. Files disappeared. Witnesses vanished. Karoline knew there was something big behind this, and she wasn't about to give up. Karoline's passion for this case wasn't just professional, it was personal. Years ago, growing up in a small town, she had watched her father fight against a local politician's corruption. But that case had gone nowhere. The politician walked free, and her father, disillusioned, was never the same. Karoline still carried the scars of that injustice. For her, exposing the governor wasn't just a job, it was a mission. Karoline started digging into the governor's lavish lifestyle. Luxury vacations, expensive cars, and secret bank accounts all pointed to the allegations being true. But these were just the tip of the iceberg. One day, a whistleblower, a former state employee, reached out to her. The whistleblower revealed that the governor had been funneling state funds to his family and close associates, covering it up with fake contracts. The whistleblower's motivation was personal. The governor had threatened their sister, trying to silence them. Karoline verified the information with a financial expert and traced millions of dollars to offshore accounts. But nothing about this was easy. One night, as Karoline walked home, she noticed a car following her. The next day, she found a note on her office door. "Stop." The threats were escalating, but Karoline refused to back down. She gathered all the evidence and planned her next move, confronting the governor on live television. Governor Howard Grayson hadn't always been corrupt. He had started as an idealistic politician, but power and money had slowly eroded his principles. It began with small bribes, but over time, he started misusing state funds for personal gain. Karoline's investigation uncovered that this wasn't his first scandal. Years earlier, he had been accused of corruption in a construction project, but the allegations had been swept under the rug. The governor went on a popular TV show to deny the allegations. He dismissed all the claims as baseless and called Karoline a liar and a fraud. But Karoline had one last card to play. She called into the show live and dropped a bombshell. "Governor, do you recognize this offshore bank account? Why does it have $10 million in it?" The governor froze. Beads of sweat formed on his forehead as he stumbled through a response, his words riddled with contradictions. The hosts were stunned, and the audience erupted. Social media exploded with the hashtag Governor Scandal, and within minutes, it was trending nationwide. As soon as the show ended, prosecutors sprang into action. The governor was officially under investigation, and his offshore accounts were frozen. Karoline had stood her ground despite the threats and exposed the truth. She had become a hero. But the governor's supporters weren't done. They launched a smear campaign against Karoline on social media, calling her a traitor and a liar. Karoline, however, stood firm. She continued to defend the truth, and eventually, public opinion shifted in her favor. The governor's supporters were forced to retreat. The final scene takes place in Karoline's office. As she hands over the threat messages and recordings to the court, she turns to the audience and asks, "What kind of punishment do corrupt politicians like this deserve?" Karoline had fulfilled her father's dream. Justice had finally been served.